Hiya, and welcome back to Sileo Tales of a New Dawn, the game that teaches us that Day 19 is similar to Groundhog's Day. Anyways, we are almost done with the update week. This has not been an update day, this has been an update week. Hiya. Yeah, please tell me if there are any ads at all, if they are too annoying, because I have no clue what I'm doing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. So, please tell me. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Let me just push that over there. Oh my god, they're angry. Following a nod of acknowledgement in Diego's direction, I departed from our corner at the rear of the venue and pushed my way through the crowd towards our intruder. Oh. Huh? Wait a minute! You're... No way! Oh, okay. Yeah, I was a bit worried for a second. As I performed those carefully crafted lyrics, I found myself routinely casting my gaze across the vast crowd to rest upon whom I had written the song for. The first few times I found comfort in Aiden's smiling face transfixed on our performance. Most recently, however, I was surprised to see him vanish into the crowd, his brow furrowed in determination. His reasons I could only ponder. For a moment, I wondered if Glenn had indeed graced us with his as ever underwhelming presence. Alas, I struggled to follow Aiden's movements, the pointed tips of his ears often failing to breach the surface of the crowd. Worse yet, if Glenn were indeed present, his dark complexion and shorter stature would render him a little more visible than a ghost. An apology made my heartfelt plea. I stammered slightly, stumbling over my lyrics and betraying my absent mind. Lucas spared an inquisitive gaze, curious as to what had stolen my focus, but naturally he did not embarrass himself as I had, his tempo remaining perfectly consistent. Infrequent flashes of monochromatic fur guided my sight as I tried my very best to focus on my performance while tracking Aiden's movements on autopilot. And with each brief appearance, his trajectory became clearer until he turned his back and... What? No, you should not be here. Yes! 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 I just noticed. It's Bazinga Bird. Let me see if I can find him. Are you here? You are not here. Where are you, Bazinga Bird? That is Bazinga Bird right there. He is being all Bazinga. Oh my god, all these are so... Oh, here it is! Here it is! Maybe. Haha! Bazinga! No, you should not be here. Bazinga Bird. The Bazinga Bird is here. Oh? Later that evening, much later that evening, my well-dressed self, accompanied by my equally well-dressed tiger companion to the table he'd reserved for us at an establishment he'd insisted was known for being the very finest dining in all of Woodcrest. Our effervescent waitress handed us each a menu before cheerfully bouncing away to serve her other customers, allowing the two of us time to make our decision. Though with everything that had happened, the seemingly endless selection of culinary crafts were the last thing on our minds. Okay, do we actually have access? Can I, like, turn off naughty stuff? I'm gonna disable that real quick. Yes! We have eggs! Yes! That is the channel points. Eggs. I do hope the suit is an adequate fit, my dear. I smiled, adjusting my rolled-up sleeves in fear I might drag them through my forthcoming meal. You've got some long-ass arms, among other things, but, you know, I'm having a hard time imagining you small enough to fit these clothes. Well, believe it or not, I was not always quite so muscle-bound. Taller, certainly, but my physique is a more recent development. We must visit my tailor and have it properly fitted to you before our next outing. As exquisite as you look already, I can only imagine how handsome you would look if it were a perfect fit. No. You want to hear something hilarious? Here's something awful. The egg. Right there. The channel points, the egg shape. I did that design. I did the egg design. I can't believe I thought it belonged to Apollo at first. Around his thin frame, it'd be like wearing a bedsheet. It certainly would have been. Thankfully, he already possessed a rather extensive collection of fine attire. It was he who first introduced me to this wonderful establishment. I am thrilled I now get to experience its delightful flavors with you, my love. I had no idea you planned this. A pleasant surprise, I hope? Very. Thank you, Ty. You know, I don't think I've ever experienced real 5-star dining before. I'm excited to see what the fuss is about. And you will not be disappointed, my love. Apollo and I only visited here twice on account of his particular dietary requirements. Outings such as this could be little more than a rarity. I wish I could have come more often. I suppose now there's nothing to stop you and me from doing so. We'd be best to make sure we run the bar to the best of our ability then. A place like this cannot be cheap. It most certainly is not, my dear, but worth every penny. I can assure you. And a lovely date with a lovely man such as yourself? Well, that is surely worth any price. I'm flattered. I only hope I can live up to the no doubt flawless example Apollo has set. You are, my love. Worry not, you are wonderful. You are everything I could possibly want, and more. I'm certainly trying to be, though I can't imagine you won't still miss him. Indeed, no matter what, I will miss him dearly. I am only thankful I had an opportunity to say my final farewells. Thank you, Aiden, for bringing him backstage earlier, and I apologize for the panic when I first arrived. It's only normal to be concerned for his safety, so don't apologize. I admit I was a little worried at first. I was relieved when he revealed the logistics of his visit. As was I, my dear, and relieved to hear he would not be fending for himself out there. It brings me comfort to know he has someone trustworthy and dependable looking out for him. Several hours prior as the concert reached its conclusion, a suspicious individual Diego had spotted within the crowd had prompted me to investigate. I had fully expected to discover Glenn disguised among the concertgoers. Had I thought about it for a moment longer, I'd have likely realized this person was much too tall to be Glenn. Too tall and much, much too lean. Bazinga bird. Just the utter shock on Ty's face. An impeccable performance, my friend. My expectations were high, of course, but even so, they were well and truly exceeded. Apollo? Look who I found trying to keep a low profile at a rock concert wearing that. Apollo, you stand up like a nerd in a gym class. Blinding light, your weakness. That is why I use light mode. I am on light mode right now. I have been on light mode for the past year or so. And I do not regret it. Like, literally, everything that I own is on light mode. And I mean everything. Laptop, light mode. Nintendo Switch, light mode. Phone, light mode. Lacking my very own school-based education, I will simply have to take your word for it, though I concede I am hardly on the pulse of what is considered trendy attire in these wild, wild times. Honestly, who can keep track? Not you, clearly. You look like a detective in some 70s cop drama. 70s, you say? I dare say I can work with that. After all, that must mean shoulder pads will soon be back in vogue. You know, I've always adored that broad-shouldered look, and with an petite frame like mine, well, I will take any help I can get. Why light mode? Come to the dark mode. See, here's the thing. I used to exclusively use dark mode. Like, I only used dark mode in the past. Even before I upgraded my phone earlier this year, I used dark mode on it. But, and here's the thing. I use light mode now because even though it does completely obliterate my retinas every single time I go to look at my phone in the middle of the night, even though it obliterates my retinas, even though I am sent to the Shadow Realm because of it. I still keep it on. Because, to me at least in the day, it is easier to read. Now, at night, that is a completely different story. But, at night, it is actually also still easier to read once my eyes adjust to it. It's just easier to look at. Plus, I like the appeal of dark mode. I like the way it is. You still use dark mode for Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of freaking course YouTube. I use light mode for Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. That's right. I have Discord in light mode. I'm fucking insane. Oh, and flared jeans too. Oh my, you're quite right. It would seem there is much to be excited for. What on earth do you think you're doing? It's not like you to be quite so upbeat. Well, I have just been to a rock concert, as I am certain you can personally attest. They have quite a way of making you feel young again. Relatively speaking in my case, of course. But Apollo, you're not safe here! Oh, Ty, you are always such a worrywart. Come now, surely you know me better than that. Measure twice, cut once, my friend. Everything has been accounted for, my friend. And judging by the UMC's unusually sluggish report, it would seem that the last place they expected me to find was right under their collective noses. Accounted for? What do you mean? Well, first, I have an old friend monitoring the UMC's progress and covering our escape. An old friend? Contrary to my prior fears, it would happen that I am not yet the last of my kind. Dionysus has been busy since the two of us were last acquainted. When I expressed my regret toward missing the very first concert in your long-awaited return to music, he was able to pull a few strings. It seems that not everybody on the UMC's payroll is quite so firm in furthering their goals. Someone on the inside has agreed to assist with my escape. Dionysus, can he be trusted? Do you trust him? Implicitly. Elusive as he may be, he is nothing shy of dependable, and has always had my back when it mattered most. And unlike myself, the years have been kind to my long-lost sibling. I should imagine he could hold his own in a scuffle or two, should it come to that. Someone inside the UMC is helping you? Indeed, of course, I know not whom. All I know is that Dionysus trusts him, and thus, so shall I. And I certainly had not expected their arrival to take quite this long. It would seem so far that his trust is well placed, and mine for that matter. Dionysus is waiting somewhere close by, ready to alert me when the time comes for our grand escape. So trust me, my friend, everything is well in hand. But, Dionysus, I thought the two of you hadn't had any contact for a long time. Right you are. So imagine my surprise when he arrived at my former manor in person some few nights past. Lest you thought my timely getaway was a solitary endeavor, think again. You came to see the show? Yes, of course, but also to see you. One last time. The regret of being unable to see you one last time and say farewell, well, suffice it to say, I would have felt that for the first time of my life, however long that may be. And I must say, I am proud of you, Ty. After everything that happened, I know how hesitant you were to return to music. Seeing you up there on that stage, my goodness, it was as though you were born to do it. I believe you have made a truly wonderful decision, my friend. Thank you, Apollo, and thank you for coming. I am sorry for the unpleasant greeting just now. Please, it is quite all right. I deeply appreciate your concern for my well-being. And Aiden, it would appear the two of you are back on the best of terms. It would seem your wonderful gift for Ty had the desired effect. It sure did, but it wasn't my gift. I only went to collect it. Which was quite the journey to make in such a short time, and under such confusing circumstances. A beautiful reflection of your feelings towards Ty. Thank you, Apollo, for helping us, in such a time of need. Of course, my friend. I only wish to see you both happy. I'm glad to have this brief opportunity to see that happiness with my own two eyes. It was truly a wonderful and thoughtful gift. Thank you, both of you, for the parts you each played in procuring it for me. Oh my god. Oh my god, so much lag. Like... Okay, so... I'm going to catch you up real quick, and it is going to be so bridge it's not even funny. Okay, so this is for Ty's route. So, we show up in Woodcrest, and we're like, yo, Diego, come pick us up. And he's like, yo, fuck you. And we're like, pick us up. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna beat your ass. So we, like, go over to Woodcrest. Diego doesn't actually beat our ass. He just threatens to shatter our fucking kneecaps. Okay, I'm taking off the headphones for this. I'm taking off the headphones and taking the hair down. I am literally taking my hair down right now, because this is going to be a fun recap. Okay, so after all that, we meet up with a couple of people. We're like, yo, sup? And they're like, sup, dude? One of the characters, Dom, he reminds me so much of someone that I know in real life. But I'm getting sidetracked. So we meet Ty. We're like, yo, you're hot as hell. And Ty's like, oh my god, thank you. And we're like, you are hot as fuck. And he's like, oh my god, thank you. So then we start dating Ty, and then we break up with him, and then we start dating him again, then we break up with him, and we do stuff with a adorable polar bear, basically Ice Bear 2.0. And then Ty shakes our hand, and we're like, we're like freaking the hell out. And then we get back with Ty, and Diego tells us, yo, if you're out until 4 in the goddamn morning again, I'm going to break your fucking kneecaps. And now we're here. If you want a better explanation, please go watch my playthrough on YouTube. There is a lot. A lot. I am sorry I could not be the one to bring you the happiness you deserve, Ty. I do so wish things could have been different, that I did not need to inflict such pain on you. You only did what you had to. I do not blame you for that, just so long as you are safe. I am. And so long as you are happy. I am. Ah, look at that smile. It would seem you are doing a fine job, Aiden. However well I'm doing, Ty is doing far better. Tremendous. Truly tremendous. Ah, it would seem time is growing short. Oh. I watched as Ty, unable to restrain himself, lurched forward before carefully wrapping his arms around the frail Corvid in the center of the room. Damn it! Fuck! Damn game trying to break my heart! Again! Damn it! Fuck. I'm not actually crying, though. It's so cute! It's so cute. The artist for Sileo Tales of a New Dawn, whoever you are. The artist. If you ever watch this, which I highly doubt you will. If you ever watch this, please. Just know that you did an amazing job with this. You did an amazing job with the artwork. Actually, who is the artist? Actually, let me go on Twitter. Let me go on Twitter real quick. I'm getting on Twitter real quick. I'm going on Twitter. Twitter time. Ah. Alright. It should be on Twitter. It should be on Twitter. Alright. Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. Curry cats. They deserve 2 nice eggs. Also, I'm actually going to test out the eggs feature real quick. I'm going to test out the eggs real quick. I'm testing the eggs real quick. I'm going to test out a highlight my message. Standard greeting. Alright, so that seems to be working. I have, like, unlimited eggs. But yeah, the eggs seem to be working. But no, Curry Cats, if you are watching this, you did an amazing job. You did a very good job with the art. I absolutely love it. It clearly took every ounce of willpower Ty had not to squeeze his former lover as tightly as he was able, knowing from experience that his frail and brittle body would not withstand even that. Apollo's surprise was promptly replaced with a glowing smile as he embraced the enormous wildcat in return. whose frame was so large that Apollo's fingers failed to meet the center of Ty's muscular back. I'm sorry, what? Hang on. Hold up. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out ads. Still trying to... Oh no! You know, I am genuinely still trying to figure out how the fuck ads work. 'Cause I do not know how they work. Yeah, I hope they aren't too annoying for you all. I genuinely hope they aren't too annoying. 'Cause, Lord knows, I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing. So large that Apollo's fingers failed to meet in the center of Ty's muscular back. I will miss you. As will I, my friend. more than you will ever know. Promise me you'll stay safe. Do not let them capture you. Never let them capture you. Oh, please, they will never grasp so much as a single feather. That I swear, that I promise. Good. And I need you to promise me. Both of you, look after each other, okay? Live the happiest life you're able. The life you both deserve. You got it. I promise. Marvelous. Just marvelous. Ah. Damn game! Trying to break me! Finding only the note upon his door, it never truly hit me. As though he were simply out of town for a few short days. Not that he was gone forever. Suffice it to say, our encounter earlier this evening changed that. As hard as it is to process, I am truly pleased I was able to see him one last time. I am too, honestly. He helped me a great deal a few days back. If it wasn't for him, if I hadn't gone to Somerville to collect that whiskey, I owe him a lot. We owe him a lot, my dear. We both do. I am grateful that given the circumstances, he still did all in his power to ensure that I would be happy. I am glad for his blessing and the important role he played to ensure you and I could remain a happy, loving couple. Though I must say, I am nervous to learn that he is traveling with another of his kind. Another immortal. Surely that can only paint a bigger target on his back. I don't think that'll be an issue. Especially if a certain someone is heading up the search. Mere minutes had passed following Apollo's departure before a familiar and unwelcome face coalesced in the doorway backstage. An individual that was once again much, much too tall to be Glenn. Fuck you, Glenn! Gentlemen. You. Me. You know I am here. Where is he? Gone! You are too late once again. I see. That's that then. Maxwell silently reached for the radio concealed by his jacket where it lay clasped to his belt. Raising it to his lips, he held down the large button on the side and began to speak. Team 17, stand down, false alarm, over. Sir? What do you mean? The readings from our equipment show both the Husky and the Tiger are on premises. One of them probably got too close to the meter. I've just done an on-site reading with both of them present. Numbers were way too low. No chance the bird was here. Stand down. But sir, we stand down! That's an order, Hayes! Copy. 1017, over and out. With an indignant snort, Maxwell calmly returned the radio to his belt before turning his jacket over it once more. He then returned his intense ruby gaze to the both of us, his jagged, almost beak-like mouth curling into a subtle smile. Oh, hiya! Rookies. Never following orders, but what can you do? Okay, for the thing that I have set up, pre-roll ads will play, and that's about it. There should be, like, mid-roll ads, like, every hour or so. Yeah, I still don't understand too much. Never following orders, but what can you do? Sharing a mildly surprised glance, I knew Ty was thinking exactly as I was, and thus I sought to confirm our suspicion. You know, I never saw you perform that test. Didn't I? Could have sworn I did. And it's kind of weird you called it a false alarm when Ty had just confirmed he'd been here. Yeah, I don't know how to disable those. I don't know how to disable them. Was it our conversation you learned out at the manor? Is that why? No, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, and yet perhaps Maxwell has already been in league with Dionysus for some time. I watched closely as a gentle calm in his eyes betrayed his displeased expression. The calm gaze of someone for whom all had gone exactly to plan. Then, what is next for you? I catch his trail, end up wherever it is he's chosen as the next hideaway. He'd better pick someplace warm. It's the least that damn bird can do after the hassle he's caused. You're continuing on your pursuit? I've got a vested interest in this case here, you know? Better I stick with it than leave it in the hands of some rookie. I won't take up any more of your time. Y'all take it easy, you hear? Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Maxwell? Thank you. Don't mention it. Oh my god, like, so much. Ah. Do you think Maxwell can be trusted? We do not have the luxury of choice, my dear. Though, from what little information he offered, it seems as though his alliance with Dionysus predates our original encounter. If so, he's a pretty damn convincing actor. Well, I'm certain in his position he would have to be. The way I see it, that can only help to ensure his cover remains intact. The UMC is sure to grow suspicious could Apollo continually narrowly slip through their fingers. With that in mind, Maxwell's acting talents may just be our saving grace, so long as the UMC find him similarly believable. I wish we'd have a chance to tell Apollo what Maxwell told us tonight at the manor. About Artemis, I mean. Well, being in league with Maxwell, I am certain they already know. Especially if Maxwell were so willing to freely share such information with us. I would be surprised if Apollo and Dionysus did not investigate that matter further. Alas, I doubt you or I will ever learn the outcome. Ugh. Yeah. There was nothing I hated more than a riveting mystery with no conclusion, especially having seen so much of Artemis in my brief jaunt through Apollo's lucid memory. Silence befell the pair of us as I racked my brain in search for an obvious yet overlooked explanation, and yet, like every time I had done so before, I once again came up empty-handed. I fumed in silent frustration in my inability to decode this mystery, only to have my attention stolen by the return of our upbeat waitress, eager to receive the orders the both of us had been too distracted to consider. We are on Ty's route. We're on a 19x5, day 19x5. Actually, I will listen to it. What's it called? What's it called? Hang on, I'm gonna put it in my to listen to. What is it called? Because I'm trying to like expand my musical taste. I am trying to. So what is it called? My Achy Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus. I'm not actually going to play it now because I don't feel like getting copyrighted. Especially after just running yeah, especially after what happened earlier today. Yeah. The both of us had been too distracted to consider. With profuse apologies, we picked up our menus and made hurried decisions on our main and dessert courses. And as though this weren't enough already, Ty went so far as to order us both starters as well. Finally, with our waitress dispatched with orders in hand, the silence between us briefly returned. That was until Ty brought up another major event that had taken place only a short time after Maxwell's departure. I do hope Jay is truly alright. As chipper as he seemed, his wounds were awfully deep. Oh, come on, you know Jay. He wears his heart on his sleeve. And you know, that big stupid grin didn't once leave his face. Yes, you are quite correct. He's not the sort to conceal his true emotions. I suppose I should learn to better trust his innocence, even though there was, rather, a lot of blood. To say beneath my outward face of confidence that I did not share some of Ty's concern would be a lie. But the Jay I knew was both forthcoming and resilient. I believed him when he told us he was fine, and if he wasn't, I knew a certain rat would be there to fuss over him. You didn't need to stay and help us clean up. Course not, mate. But you'd have been going bloody flat out if we hadn't. It's the least us blokes could do after you put on such a beautiful show. Yeah, and you know, we'd have been cleaning up after the Black Claws, regardless if you think about it. Are you suggesting your Black Claws would have won had you two not quit? Hiya. Easy there, mate. It ain't our bloody Black Claws anymore now, is it? You too bloody right we would have, though, mate. I'm not so sure. For one, Rue, their bassist stays on tempo. Ha! You got a fair dinkum point there, mate. You know, I'm stoked we won't need to babysit that whiny drongo no more. Wish we walked ages ago. Aren't you glad we didn't? Fucking oath, mate. Felt bloody good twisting the knife. The redeem sticker. Yes, it is an egg. So, what are everyone's plans? Any after party? I'm afraid Aiden and I already have plans. Huh? We do? Indeed, my love. All will be revealed soon. Ooh, sounds like you're going on a romantic date, Aiden. I sure hope so. Lucas? I've still got a stage to tear down. Don't work yourself to the bone. You can always leave it until tomorrow and celebrate, you know. I'm already here and already on a roll. If I get it done today, I won't have to come back again tomorrow. Well, you do you, I guess. So, hey, what about you guys? Any plans? Us? Mate, all our plans went swirling down the dunny the minute we told... Oh, God damn. Alright. Mate, all our plans went swirling down the dunny the moment we told old short and shitty to go shag himself. Then why not celebrate that? Come on, what do you say? I know just the place. They serve curly fries. Do you like curly fries? Did someone say curly fries? Mate, I bloody love curly fries. You know, I think we're going to be fast friends, big guy. That settles it. What do you say, Prince? Mate, I bloody told you not to call me that. I know, but I enjoy the reaction too much to quit. Wait, are you royalty or something? Nah, mate. Forget you heard a bloody thing, right? His real name is Princeton. Princeton Bartholomew III. Bloody hell, mate. Shut your damn gob. Ooh, foreign, exotic, and fancy. And if anyone repeats it, I'll clobber you. Rue. Just Rue. Got it? And now I know how to push his buttons. Curly fries and hot guys. The best kind of celebration. That's our after party then. The rest of you, if you change your mind, we'll be at the strip club. Curlies and strippers. Hooly dooly. That's a novel way to celebrate. I'm in. Oh. Hi, bitch. Well done, well done. You all must be so proud. What? Thought you wouldn't see this handsome face again? Think again, posers. Thought you'd be too embarrassed to show it again after today. Thought you'd be too much of a sore loser. I didn't lose. My band couldn't play thanks to those worthless chumps over there. So we play again, 1 week from now. That wasn't the deal, Glenn. And neither were those two walkouts. Shit happens. Deal with it. You're so predictable. Of course you're shifting the goalposts. Typical strategy for a sore loser. I didn't lose. There, of course you didn't. Poor baby. Ugh. It is over, Glenn. Walk away with your dignity. What little of it you have left. Shut your fucking mouth, slut! Oh, hiya. Everyone in town saw you. Oh my god. Shut your fucking mouth, slut. Everyone in town saw you sucking my cock. Everyone knows you're a whore. How's it feel? Pretty good, actually. It's not like I'm pretending to be anything I'm not, unlike you. Pretending you're not a sore loser. One more mouth out of you, and... And what? What are you gonna do, huh? Hit me? Even you're not that stupid. And then again, maybe you are? Daddy likey dummy. And you too, you fucking traitors. Nah, good day there, mate. Didn't spot you when you came in. How was your gig? A bit bloody lonely, I bet. I ought to break your fucking skull right here, you arrogant fuck. Come on then, mate. Make me day. I'll make a dog's breakfast out of you. All bark, no bite. Watch your fucking mouth. You have such a short temper. What's wrong? Hang on, let me read that. You have such a short temper. What's wrong? Afraid you won't measure up? Oh, wow. That's violent. That's it! You're dead! I've been wanting to do this for ages, you bloody drongo. Glenn just got humbled. Ty and Rue are about to send him to Jesus. He's about to meet Jesus. Holy shit, Jay, are you okay? Jay, my goodness, oh man, I can't miss this. God is about to get a refund. That's my boy. Wouldn't miss this for the world. Like, okay, Glenn was all like, oh yeah, fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you up. And literally everyone else in the room just like walked in, which was like, I will send you to Jesus. So now they're sending him to Jesus. God's about to get a refund. Insert joke here about death. This is why this is an 18+ stream. Fuck around, find out. I actually know someone who has those letters tattooed on his knuckles. Literally Fafo. My goodness. Well, shit. Yo, I heard yelling. What'd I miss? Where is everyone? And why do you two look like you've... Fuck. I can't handle this. I cannot handle this. Where is everyone? And why do you two look like you've just shit yourselves? A short while later, both Jay and Eric would return, having lost track of the others who continued their pursuit of the fleeing wolf. So, think we'll ever see Glenn again? I suppose that depends on whether Rue and Lucas catch up with him. I hope they don't get themselves into trouble. Oh, god damn. God damn. They're fucking him up. Oh my god. I don't know why, but I just imagine like a Glenn just like running off, just like screeching for dear life. You have Lucas, like he's running like goddamn All Might from My Hero Academia with a massive grin on his face. Well, no, with like the face that with the face that if you look into his eyes, you see Death himself. And Haru's just like running there. He's just running there like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog or some shit with a massive grin on his face. Glenn looks back once and is like, he's just like freaking the hell out. No concern for poor little Glenn? Well, no, not particularly. I will not say he did not have it coming. You cannot escape the fallout, Glenn. How are you feeling, Jay? Victorious! That's my boy! Are you certain, my dear? Your wound was rather deep. It's a scar I'll wear with pride, and anytime someone asks about it, I'll get to tell them all about how I got it. It's one hell of a story. It's yours, and the best part is, we won! We fucking won! And now it really feels like a victory. Damn, they're violent. Come on, have you ever seen Jay that happy? Well, no, as a matter of fact, I do not doubt his elation. I simply worry his pain is greater than he lets on, but I suppose it's not our place to fuss. At least we were able to disinfect the wound. I hate to think where Glenn's filthy claws have been. Ugh, I'd prefer that remained a mystery, thanks. I concur, my dear. Some horrors are best left lingering in darkness. In spite of this, we both fell into mutual silence, and judging by the subtle range of expressions evident on Ty's otherwise stoic face, neither of us were content to simply abandon our curiosity. As my imagination ventured into stranger and stranger reaches in search of an answer, I desperately spoke up to initiate small talk, hoping to save us both from losing our appetite. So, geez, we've had quite the day, huh? Quite an understatement, my love. Learning of Glenn's arrest, I must say, that was a perfect cherry on top. I cannot say I was surprised to learn of the existing warrant for his arrest. It is a good thing we were able to get the former chief of police involved. Were it not for Rusty, I do not doubt Rue and Lucas would be sharing Glenn's cell right now. The way you guys talked about him, it seemed as though you weren't on good terms. I'm surprised he was willing to help you guys out. Thankfully, he owed me a favor from years ago, but I must concede, I am quite surprised I was able to call it in. Perhaps after his narrow rescue, Lucas will find Rusty somewhat more agreeable in future. I can't imagine Lucas is so quick to change his opinion of someone. Ah, yes, I can only imagine you are quite correct, my love. Hey, after a day like that, I'm really glad we're getting to relax and spend some time together. Especially somewhere as nice as this. So, thanks, Ty. Thank you for bringing me here. Not at all, my dear. It is you I should be thanking for coming along. I do so love your company. There's... Oh? I apologize for the interruption, my love. Do you mind if I... You don't need my permission. Besides, after a day like that, it could only be a call worth answering. A terrific point, my dear. Just one moment. With his usual gentle smile, Ty lifted his suit jacket with one hand and retrieved his phone from the breast pocket with the other before lifting the handset to his ear and answering the incoming call. Good evening. This is Ty. My goodness, it has been so long. Yes, you are correct. Yes, indeed. What? Truly? I am speechless. My goodness. I'm afraid I cannot speak on my bandmates' behalf. Would you mind terribly were I to consult them first before making our decision? Secret potato. Alright, you redeemed. Alright, let me make a note of that. I'm making a note of that. Hang on, I got a Twitter notification. I'm going to look at that real quick, and then I'm going to make a note of it. I am making a note of it right now. Okay. Fallout by Neone and Unsecret. There we go. I just made a note. You just redeemed a highlight. Congratulations. You get 50 eggs. Thank you kindly, and thank you for the marvelous opportunity. Yes, indeed, I will be in touch. Farewell. His conversation concluded, Ty returned his cell phone to his breast pocket before mirroring my curious gaze with an excitable glint in his. Who was that? Mikey Z. Mikey Z? Mikey Z, why does that name sound familiar? Oh! The producer, right? The very same. Huh, what did he want? 2 offers, a record deal, and tour package. An international tour package. No way. Ty, that's amazing. Wait, how did he know? Was he in the crowd? He was not, but he did receive a short video of the show along with a recommendation. This is your first time using the eggs. And from a name I cannot help but recognize no less. Who was it? Our new friend, Carys Rowe. That's amazing! An international tour! Wow! Do you think you'll go? Will the others say yes? It is hard to say. I suspect Jay will very much be on board, but I know Lucas has quite a lot going on right now, and, well, I do not particularly wish to tour with a stand-in. Yeah. Well, either way, if you go, I'll take care of the bar. You won't have anything to worry about while you're away. And I care even less to do so without you, my love. You will be coming along whether you like it or not. Come now, does an overseas vacation not appeal to you? Of course it does, but then who will take care of the bar? My love, please don't worry yourself with the bar. I'll ensure everything is taken care of. Just know, as much as I want you by my side as my business partner, I want you by my side as my lover even more. Damn. You always know just what to say. I'll be there with you every single day, no matter where we might end up. Marvelous, you know, my dear. I think this calls for a celebration. Isn't this already celebration? Of course, my love, of course. But I was thinking a private celebration once we returned home. Just the 2 of us. What do you say? Sign me up! Do you have something in mind already? Ty's just like, what do you think? And we're like, sign me the fuck up! Good shit, that's some good shit right there. That's some good shit. Perhaps you will just have to find out. You damn tease. Shortly after, the first of our many courses arrived, with the others not far behind. The long day had worked up quite the appetite, but despite this, we each struggled to finish our desserts. Alright, I'm bringing up the sensor. I do not trust it. I am pulling up the sensor. Regardless, the time and meals we shared in that restaurant were nothing shy of magical, even though our eventual departure was decidedly less so, resembling a pair of furry penguins complete with fancy suits and all. The brief drive home was filled with relaxed chatter and overstuffed groans as the springs in Ty's car shuddered beneath the sudden increase in our shared weight. Okay, they didn't really do that, but they probably should have. Home sweet home at last. Such an eventful day we have had. You can say that again. I bet you're eager for a good long sleep after those long hours up on stage. Perhaps, but not just yet. There is gas in the tank yet, my love. And how about you? To tell you the truth, I'm still a little hyped up from all the excitement. I bet my exhaustion will hit me like a ton of bricks soon enough. Though, truly, and here I was thinking you seemed a touch sluggish this evening. Duh, with this much food in me, it's a miracle I can still move at all. Ah, right you are. I must say, I am rather impressed. I cannot believe you ate almost as much as I did. You must be terribly full. Absolutely stuffed. Just the way I like to be. Go to horny jail. Ah, is that so? You know, I must concede, I am quite the fan of being stuffed myself. You know what? I'm doing a thing. Boo. No, I am like creating a redeem right now. I am creating a redeem right now. Alright, alright, I think it's... Yeah, that's allowed. Look, I am literally creating a redeem right now. Alright, alright, so I go under affiliate. I think it's under... no, it is not under there. It is under viewer rewards, channel points, manage rewards and challenges, create a custom reward. Alright, I'm just gonna, like, drop this in here. You know what? I'll figure it out later, but you get the idea. Actually. It will cost 100 points. Reward icon, that's good. You know what? I need to figure out how to, Okay, that is starting to be a lot. Could you just tag me in a tweet with those song names, please, if you would be so kind. If you do not want to, then I will make note of it. Actually, I'm going to make a note of it right now. Also, just letting you know, in about 4 minutes, there should be, there might be a thing. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you so much. That's... Oh, I already read that. I'm glad Diego wasn't in earshot just now. We'd have to deal with all kinds of accusations. Okay, cool. What do I expect lovers to say? I don't know. Last time I was in a relationship was like almost 6 years ago. A few of which could be denied, I'm sure. Oh dear, I seem to have left my phone in the car. Would you terribly mind fetching it for me, my love? Of course not. Back in a jiffy. You are much too kind. Thank you, my dear. Departing the living room, I made my way out of the garage where I opened the driver's side door of Ty's car. What followed was an intense search lasting several minutes at least. I checked the glove compartment, underneath the seats, and even underneath the mats. Alas, there wasn't a single misplaced cell phone to be found. Considering the conundrum, I attempted to recall the last time I'd seen it, only realized he had briefly checked it on his way into the house mere minutes before. Ha! I bet he put it down somewhere and lost track. He's gonna feel so silly when I tell him. With only this realization in hand, I closed the car door before returning inside. Ty, you had it. I'm just gonna give you a quick view. And then I'm turning off the game itself because it is going to get very uncomfortable. Also, the audio. It is going to get very uncomfortable. Ah, well played, Ty. Well played. It was not like Ty to be quite so forgetful. Alas, I had taken his request in good faith, not taking the time to consider any irregularities. His phone was never lost to begin with, and searching for something I would not find allowed Ty plenty of time to prepare for my return. I wondered just when Ty found time to acquire the roses, considering how busy he had been the entire day. With the trail clearly lowering me into the bedroom, I quickly discarded the logistical considerations in anticipation for what I would discover at the trail's end. I'm gay. Oh, all this for me? For you, my dear, forever and always. I couldn't think of a better way to burn the rest of our energy. Yeah. Ah! 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 Thank God the audio is off. Ah! Ah! Is it over? Is it over? As he laid down beside me, I rolled over in order to embrace my gorgeous boyfriend while dropping loving kiss after loving kiss on his handsome face. Aiden, yeah, I love you so much. Only as much as I love you, my dear. Please tell me it's over. Is it over? To be continued. That is everything for Ty's route. And I loved it. Damn it, Ty. Damn it. There is still one more day for Ty's route. There's still one more day. And we're not even close. And like, it is going to be a while, like a month. It is almost over. Ty's route is almost over. Oh my God. I'm hungry. What the fuck was that? Yo. Come on in. Anyways, stay safe. Have a good night. Oh my God, I know my chat rules. Oh my... And I will see you all tomorrow.